afternoon. Thank you for joining us. More details are emerging this lunchtime of what Kirklees Council's attempts to balance their books will mean. It looks like 3 leisure centres are going to close for good. Dewsbury Sports Centre, Batley Sports and Tennis Centre and Colne Valley Leisure Centre could shut their doors, and Cleckheaton Town Hall may have to be mothballed. Our political reporter Gemma Dillon is here now. You've been tracking the story, Gemma. What more do we know?
I have indeed. So I was at a full council meeting last week where they agreed a strategy to tackle the finances, to stabilise the finances over the next 5 years, grow the economy and have a look at priority spending. Now, today's papers were really getting into the details of what that means for people living in Kirklees. So like you say, potentially closing 3 leisure centres, Dewsbury Sports Centre, Batley Sports and Tennis Centre and Colne Valley Leisure Centre. They're also having a look at redesigning the short breaks and respite and support services for disabled children, young people and their families. They say integrating services may improve outcomes for those children and their families, as well as delivering some savings, and also care homes. They're having a look, proposing closing Castle Grange in Newsome and Clement House in Heckmondwike. Now, these are care homes that look after people with dementia, and they would have a look at placing current residents in independent care providers instead. Now, I've already been speaking to leader of the Green Group, Andrew Cooper, this morning, and he's got concerns.
Some of those services are for the people in real need and quite vulnerable, and that's a worry not just to them but to their families as well. So it's very significant, the cuts that are being proposed.
So we're starting to get the detail. I was in Batley in the summer and there was a big protest going on about the closure of the swimming pool. People there not just facing down the closure of the pool but the closure of the leisure centre as well. There's going to be a lot more of that sort of protest going on, I'm sure. What other reaction have we had?
I think you're right. I think there will be a lot more protests and campaigns starting up over the next 6 months or so, because suddenly people can see that these are the services that they use every day, potentially closing. Now, leader of the council, Cathy Scott, she's been very clear that some of these savings, some of these cuts are going to be painful, and people are going to suffer, although she doesn't want to scaremonger at the moment. Now, it's important to bear in mind these are proposals. We think the Cabinet next week will launch a consultation on these plans, which is where people can have their say, tell the decision makers how it will impact their lives. I believe the consultation on leisure centres, they're expecting that to go back to the Council Cabinet in December, and the one on care homes early next year.
Gemma, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. Now,